Hello, my name is Johnny Jupiter, and I grew up here, Birmingham, Alabama. Birmingham has always had people who try to remember as far back as they can and tell stories. And some of these stories put a chill down my spine, kept me awake at nights and out of certain parts of town after sunset. These are the facts as I have discovered them, along with the stories as I have been told them. This is Scary Stories from the Magic City. The year was 1966. The place was the Ensley community. Our story is about a man named William Harris, who was a beloved son of the Ensley community. In 1955, Willie Harris was married to his high school sweetheart, Rebecca. Rebecca worked as a hairstylist locally in the community, and they had 3 children. The oldest was William Jr., Gloria, and the youngest, Tracy, 3 years old. They had quite a reputation in the community. They were civil rights activists, and in 1963, the whole family had marched for freedom in the Birmingham streets, led by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Rebecca marched while pregnant with her youngest child, Tracy. They were regular church members who belonged to one of the oldest churches in Birmingham. Some neighbors admired them and viewed them as a successful family. Will was considered an intelligent, honest, and hard-working man who gave back to the community through his church as a deacon. Like many residents of the city at that time, Will worked in the coal mines. A dangerous occupation, yes. But in 1966, Willie was in magnificent health. He and his family were doing quite well. So good, in fact, Will had enough money to buy a new family car. Neighbors joked that they had been walking and catching rides ever since the bus boycotts of 1963. The car was a brand new Pontiac GTO.
Some sporty cars are only pussycats. Pontiac's GTO is all tiger.
A powerful, beautiful car. Will decided he wanted to take his family on a trip to visit some friends in the West End community, another small town in Metro Birmingham. Sources from the party explain it was a co-worker of Willie's wedding reception. It was a live and happening party. Partygoers say the police circled the block a few times. There was drinking. And more drinking. Willie was seen drinking, dancing, singing, and having a good time. It was only when the party began to run late, people began to notice that Willie was quite tipsy. He was last seen sloppily assuring his wife about his liquor intake, insisting he wasn't drunk and could handle himself and the drive home safely. Rebecca was last seen conflicting with Willie as they left the party. As soon as he crunk up the car, lightning flashed and thunder began to roll, and droplets of rain began to kiss the glass of the windshield. Willie, with his whole family in the car, began to drive faster. And faster. Sources say Willie was flying down Bush Boulevard at speeds of over 110 miles an hour when he suddenly lost control and swerved, and his car slid headfirst into a telegram pole. This impact killed Rebecca and their 3 children instantly. Willie survived in a coma, only to wake up 2 weeks after the family's remains had been put to rest. Willie woke up in the hospital and demanded to see his family. Willie was then told what had become of his family. When he was discharged out of the hospital and went to the wrecker service who had towed away what was left of the vehicle, all that remained was a mangled, twisted pile of metal with only the driver's seat still intact. When seeing the state of Willie, along with the accident's local news coverage, the workers at the junkyard took pity on Willie and allowed him to retrieve the steering wheel from the car. Days passed and turned into weeks. Willie's mother says he would just cry out to God while never letting go of that steering wheel. She recalled he ate with it, he slept with it, days on end, crying, until one day Willie left the house, but while still holding on to the steering wheel, like a child driving an imaginary car. To Willie's mother, it looked odd and frightening. She wondered, was the steering wheel giving Willie peace, or was it taking peace away from him? Willie began to go out into the city every day with his steering wheel and started to pack a backpack for long trips. To his loved ones, it appeared that now the car, or its memory, was driving Willie. For years, he drove a steering wheel and became a joke to the Ensley community. And many wonder, was Willie being haunted by the car? Or was Willie holding on to the wheel when he lost control, and this was a way at fighting to get it back by perhaps reliving it? Willie's mother said that the route that he traveled was the exact same on foot that he took by car that fateful, unforgettable night. About 29-30 years later is where my story and Willie's connect. The year is approximately 1995, maybe earlier. As a kid in elementary school, I rode the bus home from school every day, right to my grandma's house. And sometimes while on the way home, the bus would pass through the Ensley community, and some of the kids would spot him driving his steering wheel. And in seconds, the whole bus would explode with laughter, windows down, and 40 screaming kids at a stoplight. And he responded as if nothing happened, like only his body was in the same world in us and not his mind. The other kids on the bus dismissed him as crazy, and I guess in a way so did I. Old Steering Wheel Willie was the name that started following him. Then the moment Willie's family had been dreading finally came to pass. One night, near the 5 Points West Shopping Center, Willie was maneuvering his steering wheel around dangerous, busy traffic when he was struck and killed. The police reports indicate that Willie was giving hand signals to merge in and out of traffic when a truck struck Will Harris, ending his life. Or so it seemed. Because that is not the end of the story. It appears that not even death could hit the brakes on Willie Harris. Multiple police reports have been made over the years concerning strange sightings in many Birmingham neighborhoods. Reports of a man or a shadowed figure wielding a steering wheel who dashes and darts into the street, causing cars to screech and halt. Others not so fortunate as they collide with other vehicles and telegram poles as they swerve to avoid impact of what appears to be a ghost. Could this be the ghost of Willie Harris? Why would he be haunting the residents of Birmingham? Could he be angry about his death? Does he now haunt the same streets that haunted him? Who can really say?